Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
those guys. What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? How are you, Herman?
I'm good. It is hump day. How is everyone out there? It is the middle of the week, the day before Thanksgiving. Whoa, what's going on?
Yes. The holidays officially start tonight.
Yeah,
they officially start tonight because people start cooking and partying and drinking and traveling and
traveling started already.
Yeah.
The traveling started already.
Yeah.
I think it was like 12 o'clock this afternoon. They said this is the worst time of the year to be on the road. I'm like,
it is. They say today and tomorrow, today and tonight. Actually, one of the local news stations that I watch here was saying the best time to travel today would have been before 8 a.m. and after 8 p.m. Anything else in between, everybody else is moving.
Well, what was that? Your vacuum cleaner?
No, that was actually the AC.
Oh,
it kicked on and just kicked back off for some reason. It decided it
must be.
I had enough air or something. I don't know.
Warm out there by you.
It is. The air is calm. The air is calm. The buildings. You know what it is? The place is warm because everybody's freaking. Thank you, SJM, Steve. The place is warm because everybody's cooking.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So everybody's cooking already. The ovens are on and the windows are open and the AC. I had it on earlier. It just decided to wake up.
I have a long night. I'm in the middle, in between trying to prepare for a playoff game. I have to prepare for Thanksgiving. I have to drop off turkeys. I have to pick up this and pick up that. It's a lot.
In other words, when I'm in bed sleep, you'll still be running errands.
No.
Pretty much.
No.
Huh?
No.
As
long as you got school in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's cold here across the pond, Steve says.
It's cold everywhere now.
Yeah. This is true. After that snowstorm that came through New York. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to us. Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving to all of those here in the States that are going to celebrate tomorrow and early happy Thanksgiving.
But we did not get a snowstorm.
No, we didn't.
They got one.
Northern New York did. Northwestern New York did.
That's up there by them.
Yeah, so Buffalo.
Gary, tell us how much snow you got so far, Gary.
The Canadian border. Yeah. I know Gary and them. They're covered in snow already. Gary, Roger, all them dudes. They're not even trying to dig out.
Listen, I went to school.
Stephen's complaining it's hot in Qatar right now.
Don't worry about it.
I'd like to be in Qatar right now.
How hot is it, Stephen?
Exactly.
Lawrence, I went to school in Missouri.
Right.
And, let me tell you something. I don't wish those winters on anyone. I don't know how they do it.
Really?
No, I don't know how they. It's too cold. Too cold. Too much snow.
This I can believe. 34. I'm guessing that's Celsius. It's 34 Celsius there.
Yeah. Because that wouldn't be cold in Fahrenheit.
And not in Qatar. No, that's 93.2 degrees Fahrenheit, actually.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, that's hot. That's hot. Well, at least you're out there getting a check. Not a flake on the ground here. What are you talking about, Gary? Not a flake on the ground. All that snow
when
the wind came from Canada down here over the Great Lakes and hit New York and put a blanket.
Doesn't necessarily come from Canada.
That's true. That's true. Well, anyway, keep your cold air up there. We don't need it down there.
But I know they got somewhere up there in Canada already.
And Stephen says that it's winter there now in Qatar.
Winter.
Yeah, at 93.2 degrees.
Wow.
I know, right? That's the place to have winter.
Well, you see how
Oh, only 50
see
degrees in Canada.
you see how warm it is in Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right now.
Yeah, I know, because overnight they can wake up and everything will be covered in a blanket. I know. I still tell my daughter I skid to school on the power lines.
Mm. Yeah, Lawrence, we got a couple of things to talk about tonight, and a few things to share.
Yes, more than enough things. There are a few sales. There's a few things happening around the world on the internet.
Who's on the internet?
Well, a few things happening on the internet. My thing is
What's
that's warm,
happening?
Gary. He says it was 50 degrees Fahrenheit there. That
Ooh.
we still fly and we fly in weather, 50
So what
degree
are you
weather.
gonna do, Gary, when it's 50 degrees? You gonna go inside and hibernate?
What do
If
you
you
say, Gary's gonna hibernate, huh?
if you're worried about 50 degrees, you ought to get out of Canada.
50 degrees. That's a heat wave for them at this time of the year.
The heat wave.
For
Oh,
them
well, yeah,
up there.
Lawrence, the thing you were talking about, I said that was the things to share.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I blew that one, but
No, I
oh,
said we have things to share and things to talk about, things to share.
right.
And then you turned
Well,
around and repeated it in a different way.
a bad habit. So you know what it is?
No,
Haven't
that's what I
started
said. Those are
haven't
the
started
things.
drinking yet
Oh,
for the
that's what
holiday.
it is.
Yeah, man.
What happens when you start drinking? Or what happens when you have been drinking?
Yeah. It depends. It depends on what we were drinking. You know that.
That's
Depends
what
on
it,
what we
that's
were
what it is.
drinking. Gary says he was harvesting leaves. I got a trailer load for the dump tomorrow. That's right. They don't allow you guys to burn stuff up there.
Well, you shouldn't be burning them anyway.
Yeah, make compost out of them, I'm sure. That would be the smart thing. I'm hoping they make compost
You
out of
know,
them.
I always thought that was crazy. They was like, oh, we shut down all the incinerators, right? But they don't care what you blaze up in that barbecue.
Hmm. You're right. Gary, I wish I had a father like you. He says he washed his daughter's Miata and put it away for the winter. Hell, I
Wow.
wish one of my parents would wash something of mine other than clothes. And they don't do that. Marcel, what's good, man? How are you? Carolina
Wow.
Air Shots. What's good? Good evening, everyone. I
Good,
make
you're good,
compost
Gary.
out of my leaves. JSK does. I know because he has a garden all the time. Big Matt, what's
Big
good?
man.
How are
You know
you?
what you gotta do,
John
Gary? You gotta get a
Olson's in the
leaf
chat.
blower.
Huh?
You gotta get a leaf blower and time your neighbors.
So as soon as they leave, you blow it all onto their property?
Yep.
As
And run back inside.
soon as you leave, blow it onto their property. And then when he gets home, you wake up, they're back on your property because he watched the security tape of you blowing all your leaves onto it.
All three of the neighbors out there at the same time blowing all
Blowing
their
them
leaves
back
up.
and forth, the same leaves. Hey, Michael Blades, was good, man. Anyway, early happy Thanksgiving to those of you who are observing
Yeah.
Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Is
I do
anybody making a turkey?
know there's a few people that don't
Because I,
follow the holidays, but
'cause I know
very few.
there's a lot of guys in the chat, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of them actually cook. So I think it was just
Yeah.
asking
How many of
any
you
one of
guys
you
out
guys
there
are
in the chat
making a
cook?
turkey.
Cook. When I say cook, I don't mean scramble an egg once a month. How many of you guys out
No,
there
I
cook?
was specific. I asked was making a turkey.
Okay. Even more so. Who's making the turkeys this week? Any of the guys out there doing it, or the wifeys? They're letting the wife do it. What's going on? I usually make turkeys around
Mm-hmm.
the holiday, but
Uh-oh.
I'm not making one this year. Definitely not making one this year.
The,
Um,
the fire department thanks you.
that's what it is. You know what? I've only, let's see, I've made turkey. I've made a Canadian goose before, which was interesting. I had to cook even
The
longer
same
than
thing as in
turkey.
the park?
Yeah, the lady lives
Oh,
out on
hell
Long
no.
Island. No, check this out. Out on Long Island, the same ones that are in the park. The lady
Oh,
says
no.
her husband, who's wheelchair bound,
Mm-hmm.
they go through their yard during a certain time of the year, right, when they're going to nest. And her
Uh-huh.
husband, who's wheelchair bound, goes out in a wheelchair with his shotgun and sprinkles some bread across the lawn, and he blasts about two or three of them, and they have Canadian geese. And she had actually gave me one. She took it to the butcher, had the buckshots removed from it. Michael Blade says he actually enjoys cooking, and Big Matt says he is. I'm observing, but I'm not participating. I am not observing, but am participating. Understandable. Not gonna turn down the damn food.
Wow.
But hey, Ray Kelly, what's good, man? How are you? But
Wow.
she actually, her husband went and shot three in his backyard out in Long
Wow.
Island. Where do they live? The Hamptons, somewhere in the Hamptons.
I don't care where they live. Them things was eating somebody's garbage before that.
Listen. Canadian goose, which was a nice size one. They after they plucked it and took it to the butcher. Um, I usually fry the turkey, but this year we're going to my in-laws' house, so I don't have to fry one this year. See? So Michael Blade says I'm cooking dinner for all of us this year. JSK
Okay.
usually fries his turkey.
All
Um,
right. All right.
Me, I cheat. I put my turkey in a bag, but I do dry rub the hell out of it.
Who, you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there's
I,
nothing wrong with the bag. I mean, a lot of people use the bag.
And instead, most people insert garlic under
I
the
mean, it
skin.
doesn't
I
matter
actually
how
stab it and stick garlic down into the stab wounds of the turkey. That's how I do it.
you mutilate the bird.
I mutilate the bird. Yes. So when you cut into it, the garlic is all over. Trust me, fresh garlic. None of that garlic powder stuff. You take a few cloves of garlic, you cut them in
I,
half.
I prepare the turkey every year. I let them cook it.
That goose was Calvert Vaux Park, Big Matt said.
That's right, Matt. That's right. That's right, Matt. That's right. Them geese be eating a lot of late nights.
Hey Warren, what's up, man?
I'm good. That's why they can't make it back to where they came from
Well,
eating
the
all that bread.
Canadian geese will never go home because you see what they do in Williamsburg, throw entire loaves into the water.
Of course, you know what that is? When you feed a bird bread, right? That's like taking a child and giving it cookies and candy and
Yeah.
stuff like that
Hold,
and tell them
hold on.
go have
You
at it.
see what Marcel Axis did?
What?
Marcel off Axis said, if
What?
you're eating a Canadian goose, I'm eating a bald eagle. No, we have Canadian geese down here that have never come down here and have never left.
You know what? You know what? Marcel, you have had that too. Go ahead, knock yourself out. I'm
American eagle with
I'm
all the
good.
lead they're finding in them.
I don't know if they
Nice,
find
right?
the lead in them, but you know, a few of them have
No, at
turned
one
up
time
sick
they were
from.
not. Then I'm sure they're not now, but at one time they were
You know, I
flying.
had a problem with a few of the birds of prey turning up sick because of man poisoning their food.
Right. Man poisons their rats and mice, and then guess what? You don't know that, Novice Quad. Do you track them? I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Them cats say never leave Coney Island. They've been down there eating pretzels
Yeah, they
and,
did.
and
Yeah, the
they've been eating
Canadian geese
pretzels
have
and chicken
invaded
wings
New
and
York.
somebody else's late night problems. I would never eat that. They
Hold
hang
on. Let
out
me
in the
see.
park.
Hold on. I'm gonna Google images of Canadian geese in New York.
Oh, here we go.
in New York City. Let's see. Here we go. Central Park. There's thousands and thousands of pictures of Canadian geese. Yeah, these are Canadian geese. Yep. Hold on. Just so
Where?
you got don't think we know what we're talking about
No,
down
not
here.
we.
Oh, you got to turn on sharing.
Not we, but you.
I know what a Canadian goose looks like. I know what they are right here.
Uh-huh.
These right here are Canadian goose. They live down here in New York, and all I did was Google images of Canadian geese in New York City. Here's this is in Jersey. This is Jersey right here. No, this is in Manhattan. Here's an image of them. Yeah, right here in Manhattan. They don't play around. It's unfortunately they've come here and they've refused to leave. I'm just saying. SJM. We get the Canadian geese here across the pond, loads of them, but ain't allowed to kill them. We're not allowed to kill them either. But in certain parts of Long Island, they land on your property, you can shoot them. That's all.
No, that's what they took the liberty of doing.
Oh, telling me they don't leave and shit. Like George, the Canadian goose, is like, y'all, we sticking here for Goodfellas.
No, I'm good with that one. I'll stick to my turkey. I'll stick to the turkey.
It was the first time I had
all
ever
kind of other stuff.
It was the first time I had ever cooked a goose, and she gave it to me. She was a teacher. I was a teacher at the time, and it just turned out she wound up giving me one of the three.
How oily was it?
It was like a giant duck. It was like a giant duck. Yes, Herman, it was oily. Dual citizen. Yes. It's funny you say that. I had no idea that Canadian geese, you cut it. I'd eat a duck before a goose. Marcel?
Grease flying right out of it as you cut it.
I have also had duck, and until I ate a goose.
Same difference.
No, the Canadian geese.
No, same difference.
The oily factor is multiplied at least 5 times more in a Canadian goose.
Same difference. They both choke and puke.
Is this an FPV show? Because I'm watching. I only watch FPV shows. Look at M Drone. That's right. He's an FPV pilot now, right? Doesn't he have a Nevada?
I don't know. Yeah, I believe so.
Doesn't he have a Nevada?
Yeah, I believe so. He's got one of them wannabe drones. I mean, an FPV drone.
All these camera drone pilots turn FPV. Oh, wait a minute. I did that 4 years ago.
No, but I'm saying he's got one of those wannabe FPV drones. I mean, DJI.
Oh, the Avata. You know how they had close and play, Herman? My first close and play record player. That's what the Avata is. My first FPV. It's a good drone. I'm not saying it's not. They're going to sell millions of them. But
now, you know, most people that fly FPV don't know what the hell you're talking about, right?
Okay. All right. See, now I'm going to have to. All right. See, now. When we were growing up as children, can you get into this, Herman, while I pull up a picture?
What, close and play? You want me to talk about you?
Okay.
About your little turntable you had as a kid, thought you was the man.
Here's the commercial. I found a commercial for
Keep
it.
you away from electronics. They give you your own shit.
Yeah. Hold on. Well, when we were children, there was a device called,
like that.
Hold on, let me put the sound on. Okay. There was a device called a close and play, and it was a toy record player.
Captain Ray would know what that is.
Yes, it was supposed to be one of the first, your very first record player. So this is the commercial of it, which I think is kind of funny. It's really old and grainy, so don't be mad, but.
This is a close and play phonograph. When you close it, it plays. Open it, it stops. Close it.
Play.
When you open it,
Stop.
close it.
Play.
Wouldn't you like to have a close and play to play your favorite songs and stories?
He said,
Close and play phonograph by Kenner. Records not included.
Oh man, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done for the day, Herman. Oh my goodness.
Yo, you remember those?
yo,
Now, how many people in the
I-
chat remember those?
I know Mark Fisher remember that. I know Mark Fisher remember the close and play. But that's, believe it or not, that's
We're
what
giving away one tonight here on the show. No, we're not.
what, a close and play?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be no damn Avada. Oh no.
We're giving away Lawrence's old closing play from
No, Leonard JSK just said, damn, I think I had one of those. M Drone, see? Yeah, he remember. Oh damn, you just took me back. I'd rather have it's better than a Hubson. Wow. Hey, Lake
Lawrence,
Pilot,
hold
what's
on a
good?
second. I gotta take a call real quick.
Go ahead. Big Matt says that's how old we are. I had one. That's funny. But anyway, hey Matt Bagwell, early Thanksgiving to you guys out there. We're glad that you're here hanging out with us. We got a lot of drone stories. We were kind of like BSing around and actually went squirrel a little bit. But we appreciate you all. Don't forget to hit that like button. For those of you who haven't noticed, I stopped doing live streams on Sunday, at least until the end of football season. Okay, at least that's what Herman says. At least till the end of football season. For now, I'm saying I'm not doing them, and because I'm tired after 3.5 years. But maybe when football season's over, maybe I'll get back into it or whatever. Maybe I won't. But
Yeah, I'm back.
no offense to anyone who owns or has brought the Avata. It's a very good drone. I'm a DJI lover. I love their projects. They did their I love their products. I mean, so there's nothing bad. Welcome back, Herman. I'm making chicken parmesan, heck, with that nasty turkey. You know what? M-Drone, I was making chicken parm tomorrow as well.
Really?
Yes,
You know
I have the chicken cutlet. I have the chicken cutlet right there.
I just wonder why so many people have so much problem with turkey. You know, people have so much problems with making turkey. I just find a lot of people.
That's nasty, Warren.
The turkey was dry and this, that, and I'm like, and turkey can be just as flavorful and tasty as chicken if you know what you're doing.
It can. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. You have to eat the turkey in different stages. There's the first day that it's done, and then there's the second day.
Turkey is about how you prepare it.
Yes.
You can't take a turkey and turn it into like a quick oven cook like a chicken.
There is a way to make turkey moist.
There's tons of ways.
Oh, I'm with Warren. Real game meat for Thanksgiving.
No, turkey, Big Mac, turkey doesn't have to be dry if you know what you're doing. We've never had a dry turkey in here since I've been preparing the turkeys. You gotta know what you're doing. It's in the preparation of the turkey before it goes into the oven.
That's true.
All that nonsense about, just take it out, throw some salt and pepper on it, and throw some garlic in there, and it's ready. Stop.
That's a goddamn lie.
That's why your turkey's dry.
That's a lie. I was about to say that's a lie. You know, if you a lot of people cook a lot of
rosemary and some thyme on it. You know, slap some paprika on it. I don't always do.
Let it sit in a dry rub for a day. Try that. Do like I do. I stab the turkey with a knife and I stick garlic halves down in the hole. Yeah, I mutilate it.
There's no need to mutilate the bird.
Listen, it's very good. The whole turkey.
Let me tell you an old butcher's trick. The only thing that is going to penetrate the meat. The muscle of meat is salt. So all that stabbing and shit you doing to the meat, waste of time.
I do it to put the garlic. I stuff the
Waste
garlic
of
down.
time. It's
under the
not going to
skin.
do anything until it cooks. So you might as well put it underneath the skin.
True. Turk ducking.
I've heard people making that too.
Turk ducking.
Yeah,
Right,
but
we gotta get to some of these. We gotta get to some of these sales and stuff.
Well,
For you guys
honestly,
that still got money to burn, disposable income.
Well, yeah. Well, honestly, they talking about the Black Friday sales or the believe it or not, Lawrence, Black Friday sales are going on across the board from Autel to believe it or not, Teledyne, because Autel has got deals going anywhere from 10 to 30% off on those drones. We talked about them last week with the Nano and the other guy that the little bitty ones they came out with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they got those going on the deal. So who was up next? DJI. DJI. They got their sales, like I said, anywhere going from 10 to 30% off on their on deals. And believe it or not, I'm not. This is not any paid advertisement. Believe me, I'm just sharing.
Right.
Drone Nerds is giving away a free landing pad to with the purchase of any drone. Listen, I have been drinking, guys, while I'm working on turkeys and stuff. So if any of this stuff comes out sideways,
I'm trying not to. I'm listening to you, and I'm trying not to respond to the crowd and to chat. And
yeah, okay. And who's that? Grimsey's, I believe that is. They got some professional gimbals for your heavy lift gimbals, the professional gimbals.
mm-hmm.
They got some nice deals, and they also have, I believe, basically they have the biggest sale ever going on right now with them. And Skydio has what is it, $200 off on the Skydio 2.
Yep.
They're trying to give it away.
Yep. Everybody's got a sale.
That drone has had a big comeback, but Teledyne Flare, they actually have some Black Friday deals and also a giveaway. So feel free to check them out. They're Lawrence, if you'd like, you could put the link to that that was found. I saw that on Drone Life if you guys are interested in that one. And also for Black Friday, there's the DJI FPV combo that's going for $899. Now that's they say that's the biggest price cut on that drone since it's come out.
This I don't know if this link is too long, but this particular link right here is on Amazon for $899.
What
for that combo?
Well, check this out. That combo, right? Where they say that's the biggest price cut on that combo since it's come out, and I believe that was released in 21, right? For was it $1,299? So $1,299 is what that came out at, right? So now
it's going for $9.
But they have some motion control combos, right? For $1,089.
Yeah.
So if you pick up this drone, right? I believe at Adorama, right? Check this out.
Yep, I just put the link.
If you pick up this drone at Adorama, they got a set of Polar Pro filters that you can get.
Yep.
It's valued at what is that, $73
Yes.
You get ND8, a 16, and a 32. So you can do pretty good with that. You should be all right with that. But now if you spend a little bit more and get the Fly More jump off of that, you also get, not only do you get the SD card, the carry case, and all that other pretty stuff that comes with that, they're actually throwing in some PGY Tech filters with that. So that's if you catch it at that.
Depending on what combo you get.
But that's one. If that you get the PGY Tech one, if you get the to fly more.
Mm-hmm.
They're throwing that in with it. And like I said, Drone Nerds got a landing pad, with whatever drone you purchase.
Yes. Now, I wanted to mention really quick. Remember, we did last week this the story on DJI urging drone pilots to update their apps before the 25th of November this month.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned to you last night I updated my Go 4 app. Now, why do I use the Go 4 app? I use the Go 4 app because I still have a Mavic Pro.
Right.
And I'd like to say the mapping system is updated. It tells you before you take off what airspace you were flying in. It's a lot smarter, but it still has all of those Go 4 app features that we miss. And I'm glad I did the update because it made the interface even more fun. The Go 4 app with even more logistical data.
You know what I find that's funny about that? I remember when it was the DJI Go app, and the Go 4 app was for the 4 and others. And
Right.
The difference was that there was more information on the Go 4 app than the Go app.
Right.
And I just thought it was crazy how they broke it down to less information on the Fly app. But anyway.
We digress.
Yeah.
We digress. But I just thought I would point that out to you guys. Now,
right. So how is it working? And everything's working fine now?
I want to say before I did the update on the Go 4 app to start up the Mavic Pro, I could cut on the controller, which you did first, and I'd cut on the radio. And remember the problem you guys were having with the Mavic 3 catching satellites?
No.
It wasn't as long. It wasn't as long.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I bet you do. You don't. But it wasn't as long as that, like as in minutes. But compared to after doing the update, when I power up, the app starts up. It starts up in seconds. I had satellites. I had 12 satellites on my Mavic Pro in like maybe 10 seconds.
Really?
Everything definitely does start up faster. And I clicked on the map, which is cool because where I was flying, I could actually see the flight paths and runways of the airport that was nearby in a distance. So I'd say that update did do a lot of work. I have not seen how the update looks on the Phantom, but I'm assuming it's pretty close to that, being that it's the same app. You haven't updated your Go 4 app yet, have you?
No, because that would mean that I would have to pull out tablets and all of those stuff like that.
Well, I suggest you do it, or you said it before, or your drone may not.
Well, you still could update it. I just got used to using the the integrated screens on controllers. I got so many of them that
You can build a small igloo.
Start building a house.
Yeah, well, I just thought I would point that out. Tomorrow is, well, not tomorrow, but the 25th is supposed to be when they want everybody to update their stuff.
That's what they called me for, right? They needed something from me.
Yeah.
I'm
more than sure of it, but that's okay.
No, I'm talking about it at the field.
Oh, really? They called you from the field. Okay.
They'll be all right.
Right.
They'll be all right.
What's next, man? What's coming up next?
What?
I got the updates out of the way. Yeah, just update your radio. I did try
more information on that I had, but I'll get that to you later. But you know how we talk about we talk about urban air mobility on just about every single show here, and we're getting ready to go into remote ID.
Yeah.
guys know that the remote ID is necessary for trying to create, traffic management on low altitude, what they now want to start bringing in drones. But I don't think that this actually falls so much into low altitude, but it transitions into low altitude just like any other aircraft. And we talk about, Tesla and all these other auto manufacturers getting into the electric car business and then producing electric cars, and when they're going to stop producing gas powered vehicles.
Right.
And this has been a talk going back and forth for quite some time. And we hear guys here in the chat, in this industry, we all fly drones and stuff like that. And we've seen how, I've been doing this. Let me see. Jalen was 12. He's about to graduate high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amazing, right?
Yeah. So I'm doing it a little while, just a little bit, and I've seen this grow, and I've seen things come about that we stop and we say to ourselves, man, that ain't happening. Why? Because it's coming so quick, as we say, so much is an infancy stage. We are also watching where other industries with larger pockets are monopolizing the drone industry in certain ways that we, as a small guy, you may not even be able to get a piece of it. But what I wanted to talk about was that when we talk about urban air mobility, Archer Aviation and United Airlines has announced their first city pairing. Now, what that is
I'm happy.
A route between United's hub at Newark Liberty International Airport and the downtown Manhattan heliport.
Yes. Now,
this route,
those of
they
you
say, will take the passengers past the Battery Park to the heliport at Pier 6 in Manhattan. Now,
here's Pier 6.
Aero News says that this site is will eventually become a node. Now, this is great for urban air mobility networks across, to start to build networks across, the New York greater area. But this is the first route of an eVTOL in the eVTOL industry. This
in the
is,
United States.
It's funny because this is, like I said, this is the first. They actually can show now case where this is actually usable, because this is a real world case use that they can put this in. So when they're talking about how this will allow them to be able to move people, what is it? They said like in 10 minutes, or does it like in like the route would take like normally by car over an hour.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I actually
depending on the traffic.
I actually have the route and time it would take in according to Archer.
Right. It's going to take 10 minutes by Archer's aircraft.
Yes. Which is Newark Airport is here in Jersey.
And what's interesting about this, they're saying that they can beat anything else along this this route. And like I was saying to you before, with talking about
a problem.
What happened?
I had a problem.
What problem?
Something
Oh.
Well,
a lot of this was featured. This was featured in Simplify.
Yes.
Also as in Business Wire. Well, I saw this article, these articles on this
Okay.
because a lot
Some
of them
reason,
had a lot to say about it, especially Aero News.
yeah.
What happened to it now?
Somehow,
Mm-hmm.
since the last update
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
of since the last update,
Yeah.
our Zoom has been
Mhm.
screwing up. So I'm going to
Okay.
try it one more time because I wanted to show, they were showing where it flew from in Newark, New Jersey. Can you
Mhm.
see this on the screen?
Yeah, I see what you're
Okay, so
showing, but
when I switch it to
right.
full screen, it doesn't want to
Okay.
do it. But this is showing the flight from New York to Newark in 10 minutes time as opposed to driving an hour, which I think is really, really
Right. It can
the
it's
first
a
place
direct
in the
shot,
United States is going to happen. It's going to happen here in New York.
just like a helicopter. Now, like I
Yeah.
said before, we talked so much about replacing the car, and no one ever sat here thought about the helicopter being replaced, but yet we sit here and we talk about replacing the car. And every time we talk about replacing the helicopter, we sit here, we say, no, that'll never happen. No, that'll never happen. But yet, Pipistrel have been making electric planes for quite some time now, right?
Yep.
But now, why is it that no one ever thought that they would replace the helicopter,
True. That would be the first
especially for
thing
stuff like this, for
that
like
was the first thing
trips to the
you would
airport,
think of.
like short trips to the airport?
Yeah.
This will connect some of those big wigs to over to from the downtown
But
Manhattan airport near
I
Wall
wanted to pull
Street.
up a picture to give people, is it cost effective, John Olson? I'm pretty sure it will be because
It's
to
electric.
it's electric for one, and to get from Newark Airport
It's
to
electric.
Manhattan is crazy
It's
because you have
electric.
to
It's
go
low
through New
noise.
Jersey. What happened?
It's lower noise, low emissions,
But I
and it's
wanted to
it
pull up
costs
this
it's less than a helicopter because you're not paying for that fuel.
I want to pull up this picture right here and show. This is the spot where they are talking about using this part here for eVTOLs. Of course, they would.
Go apart. You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
You're still there?
I'm here.
Yeah, I just went black when I tried that. What's up, Fly Zone Drones?
Why? What happened?
I tried to share the screen and it decided not. I was trying to show them in Manhattan where it is. Let's
No.
try it again. It's Zoom. It's Zoom. Since the last update, it's been screwing up on. I'm thinking about changing. Can you see this? Heliport
No.
on screen.
No.
You can't see it on screen.
No. There we go.
And now it's there?
Yep.
Okay. I was pointing out that this heliport is where they're talking about landing the
Yep. That is the heliport.
in Lower Manhattan. Now, I wanted to show in comparison to where we were flying from, how far away this heliport is in a picture that I had, because we fly this area, but we don't fly this area until all of these helicopters are landed and they're refueling and stuff like that. Now, in comparison to where we fly from, this picture here that I'm pulling up right now, can you see that picture on screen?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to zoom in and show you where that heliport is. Remember that square platform? This is that heliport right there. So they're going to be coming from New Jersey in this area, Newark, New Jersey, and these eVTOLs will be landing at this heliport. I'm pretty sure they're going to update it and make it a little wider or whatever they have to do to make it compliant for eVTOLs.
I don't
But
think so. It'll land right there just like that.
hey, God bless America. How are you? Welcome
What's
to the stream. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone
it'll
out
land
there.
right there with no problem.
You know what? You probably would be able to, but I was thinking they
They're
might have want
designed
to
to
buy.
land just like helicopters.
True. That's true. On the
All that
spot where
hella, listen, all that stuff about the landing pads and all that stuff that they wanted to make up.
right, the
All
vertiports.
fancy, the vertiports. It's all fancy, but not necessary. You don't have them for helicopters, and not really necessary for something like that. If you were offloading cargo, everybody wants to be automated because nobody wants to pay anybody. You understand? That's why all of those kind of things came about. You know, they want to be
Well,
able to dump
I
out the
think it's
contents
great.
of it
I
and
really
keep
think
on
it's
moving.
great that they want to bring eVTOLs to the Northeast coast. And I think that they will do quite well because, like
Well,
you said, that one
honestly,
heliport is going to be a node of many.
honestly, honestly, here's the deal. And this is my take on it. And this is why you heard this happen. New York is one of those places where they can't not be in it.
Yep.
You understand?
Yep.
Whether this shit works or not, New York has to be in it.
Right.
And they
And
were not they're just listen, the whole electric helicopter, because that's what these things are.
yeah.
That whole world is waiting on the FAA to say yay, and for everybody to pass, to jump through the hoops that the FAA asked them to jump through. If you could jump through
Thank
these
you, Ray.
hoops, if your dog could jump through these hoops and not chase after the hot dog and the kid is holding in the first row, then maybe he's got a shot at winning the show. But
True.
this whole thing here, they're just waiting on the FAA to say okay. And they just got to go through all of the process that they have to go through to get their approval. And once the FAA says that this is a goal because everybody is met, or they believe that this is, and they've come up with their standards for their operation,
Yes.
you'll find that this will easily fit right in with the helicopter.
Well, I thought I would be old and gray before I saw an eVTOL, but it's apparent that certain companies like Archer, which is California based, are pushing to have their drones flown in the United States, and I'm very happy for that as well.
There was no way you were going to hear that this thing flew in France in 2 years or in a year and a half, or
Yeah,
at the end of the year. They're talking about 24 in France.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that was going to happen. New York wasn't going to get a piece of that. No
True.
way. New York, LA, they got to get a piece of this somehow, some way.
It's funny you say that. A spiral ham for Thanksgiving. Enjoy. I know someone else is making a spiral ham as well here in Brooklyn. She actually told me she's having it this year because it's going to be a smaller dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And they all go crazy over the spiral ham. So I was like, well, okay, that sounds like a winner. Hey, Maddie's Drone World, how are you?
That is.
Appreciate you coming by to stop and say happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your
Happy
family, Maddie.
Thanksgiving, man.
Hope all is well. Thank you for popping in. We appreciate it very much. But this is breaking news. This is breaking news. If I would love to show this video again if it played properly, but we're talking from Newark, New Jersey to Lower Manhattan. I'm ecstatic about it.
Well,
okay, now let's try it without the sound, because I noticed when I try it, can you see a blank screen? Okay, this is it. United Airlines and Archer are going to be flying from Newark Airport to New York City, Lower Manhattan, in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of next year. I look forward to seeing it. I found out, Herman, if I try to share the sound, it shuts me down. So I'm be expecting, and I'm going to complain to them and look for an upload. I mean, an update. You complain to them, and they sometimes do it, sometimes don't.
They're punking you over there.
Listen, you give me one more damn update, I'm switching to StreamYard. That's what I'm about to do.
Here we go. Here we go.
Listen, happy early Thanksgiving to all of you out there and
Happy
your families.
Thanksgiving.
And those sponsors are in my ear again.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Hold on a second. Tell them they gotta wait a minute because I gotta.
I would have to go pour something too. I don't have nothing here. So if you give me about 45 seconds, I could go pour something real quick.
45 seconds?
Dude, takes longer than that to go to the bathroom.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Your bladder should empty in about 8 seconds.
Yeah, you're 16.
No. Your bladder should empty in about 8 seconds. You're not a friggin' elephant or a horse where you got gallons in there.
Hold on, I gotta get some ice. So if you could stall until I
Go
get
ahead,
back.
Google it. You'll find out. You should be able to do that in like 8 seconds. If not, you gotta go find out about that vice grip you got in there. Look at that. He can't even get the 45 seconds down.
Wow.
What happened, Lawrence? You gone?
What happened?
What, he left?
Wait a minute, man. I'm cracking the bottle open now. It's a new one.
Yeah, okay. But anyhow, what I was saying before, this thing is big for urban air mobility. I don't know why they need to name it something because I mean it's just replacing the damn helicopter, right? What's the difference?
Basically that's what it is.
I don't see what the difference was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, eventually they want to start flying these without a pilot in them.
Okay, I'm back. On average, it shouldn't take longer than 30 seconds to
That's
urinate.
when the stakes really get. That's when the stakes really get high.
Okay, we can pay homage to our sponsors.
What do you think, Lars?
What's that?
When the FAA says that these companies can fly these things autonomously, that's when the stakes really get high.
Really get high. Yeah, you're right. Insurance rates go up too.
Thank God I'm too broke. I gotta drive myself to them.
Could you imagine? eVTOL went down. Who was responsible? It was autonomous.
Tell Autonomous to get in my office right now. Tell him he's fired.
Oh shit! You see what Night Train put?
Uh,
But experts say there's a certain amount of time it takes to empty a bladder, from house cats to elephants. Most mammals take about 20 seconds to urinate. That goes for humans as well. Per gallon. God bless America. Yo, let's get this sponsor thing in, man. I got my ice and my Johnny.
What happened? How much?
Oh,
Damn.
here, see?
Are you gonna drink all of that?
Hell no. This is
Wow.
going out with me I probably had this in.
Well, anyway. Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
Those guys. Salute. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
We went from the blue cup to the clear cup.
Ooh. Oh,
Me.
he's gonna be all over the place.
No. Them hamburgers are gonna taste even better.
You know what, Lawrence?
Yes.
Yesterday, as everybody else
Was sleeping.
No, well, the amount of, I always talk about these two guys. I call them two guys. I don't know. I never met them, but it could be women, for all I know. Deals Drones and your boy Osita LV.
Yes.
DJI's marketing and promotioning team.
Yes. You're just stupid. DJI is marketing and promotion.
They have had put out a bunch of stuff talking about leaks and this, that, and the other. And I guess DJI got just slid one under their arm when they were talking about leaks, and then they just dropped the DJI the O3 air units yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
You know,
Go
I
ahead.
for you know when you listen, I checked it out and I was looking at it and I said to myself, I said, you know, I was looking at this, I was like, yeah, I see why guys now do this because you're looking at this air unit, right? O3 air unit at was it
Uh-huh.
229 for the unit?
Yes.
Now, you know, you could reserve yours now, you know, if you feel to jump on it and reserve yours. With but
I was thinking about it.
but I was looking at what's in the box, right? What's in the box? You get one DJI O3 air unit camera module.
Uh-huh.
You get the air unit transmission module.
Yes.
You get one air unit antenna,
Correct.
right? And you get one air unit 3-in-1 cable.
Yes.
And that's what comes in the box.
This is right here. These three pieces right here.
Right.
Um, all I can say is
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing what it can do because someone was so excited.
I'm
Someone,
glad
Charlie
you asked
Mafia.
that question.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta shrink this down and bring it back up.
Lawrence, I'm glad you asked that question because according to DJI says that it has what 30 millisecond 10 kilometers
Latency.
or 6.2 mile video transmission with a 1/1.7 sensor with a
Yep.
155-degree field wide field view.
The
It's
widest yet.
155-degree wide field of view, and it shoots 4K 60
Yes.
and it
With
shoots 2.7K at 120 frames per second.
now you've
And now
left
you
out
can
one
also-
small thing.
No, I didn't. You're not letting me finish.
Go ahead.
It's got what is it called? It's built in with that rock steady 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for your internal stabilization. You
Yes.
also have on your we have a camera that shoots. Now this one was I don't know how the other ones worked because I've never used them, but they
Right.
say this shoots D-Cine light color profile.
This is the first.
Which was interesting.
This is a first
And
because
it's compatible with the DJI Goggles 2, the FPV Goggles V2, and the DJI FPV Remote Control 2.
that's a lot.
Wow.
What they're bringing to the table, Herman, is
Whoa.
a whole new factor. You mentioned this earlier, and I thought it was funny. What did GoPro do to them
Yeah, the
to-
DJI
to-
just like
to piss
get the
them
hell
off?
out of here.
Because right here, I want to point out something. The 30 millisecond transmission signal up to 2 kilometers.
Mhm.
That's pretty much the norm, maybe a little higher than norm. But this O3 plus transmission system, not OcuSync 3, O3 plus.
Well, that's what they mean by
Well, yeah, that's a deal breaker in itself because that means they're ready to transition to something else, or they're considering transitioning. This may be the next wave of FPV for DJI. But the 60 frames per second, FPV pilots have been asking for this. Why can't we record in 4K at 60? And DJI
Well, you
has
can
answered
now.
this question. They've answered it with this little box right here.
Well, you can now.
Yes, but not only can you record in 4K at 60, but now you don't need that GoPro 10, that GoPro 11. Some people are going to put it on there anyway for nostalgic look.
Damn it, let's buy one.
But where DJI is heading right now, action cameras are going to be hurting pretty soon.
Let's buy one.
I'm feeling. Yeah. Automatic switching. All I can say is this package right here that I'm pulling up on screen seems to be all you need. Now, there are people
Yep,
out
that's
there, and
it.
Charlie Mafia, I want to give him credit for this.
Well,
Charlie
you
Mafia
need
brought
props
this
to
to my,
motors on the frame.
what happened?
Need props motor in the frame.
True, but Charlie Mafia brought this up to me. No, that's not in the Avata. Definitely, that's not in the Avata. The Avata is the O2 system. But Charlie Mafia brought up something. There may be a bind. It's not an issue, and I thought it may have been, but
Well, just binding, rebinding.
he mentioned that when you're on the O2, the O3 system, the CAD-X, the O2 DJI system, whatever they had
Right.
before this one, if you're on that system, in order to use the O3, hey Angie, how are you? Salute to you.
AJ!
Happy Thanksgiving. If you switch over to the O3, if you put that in a bird and say I want to go from the O2 to the O3 bird, you have to rebind it. Now, you may hear this on other live streams. You may see it in a lot of videos. It's not too much of a problem with a DJI FPV when binding involves pressing 2 fucking buttons. So if that's all it takes to, if that's all it takes to get it to hook up to your goggles, who the hell cares? I press one button, beep, 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 beep. I press the other button, beep, 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 beep. It's connected. That's not a bad sacrifice. So I can fly everything that I have behind me on the old tech and get this unit for only $229. I think it's a steal. You're getting 4K at 60 frames per second, 2.7K at 120, right?
That would work, Mark.
2.7 at 120, and you get stabilization, rock steady stabilization, and it creates someone will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure you FPV guys out there
actually get
will,
nice
but
slow-mo action on your video shoot.
yes, you can get slow-mo with the 2.7K
you
at
talk
120.
about creating videos. You can get slow-mo now. You can slow stuff down.
The original unit, the CAD-X units and the other units were 170, 160 something, right? This is $220. This is $230. For $230, or basically for $50, $60 more, you're getting 4K at 60 with stabilization. Who's going to need to put a GoPro on top of the drone? Cut down on weight. What happened?
What were the other ones?
What do you mean? The CAD-X units? Those are like 160. Let's see what they are now. They were 160, 165, CADDIX, CAD-X Vista. Nebula.
Now, you know what's funny?
Ice.
DJI comes out with this, right? Remember you were saying that they had a problem with the people they were dealing with before? Did they, or did DJI just say that?
Of course they did.
So they can come out with this.
Of course they did. Here, I'm going to get FPV now. For some reason. $165 for this unit. This unit, okay. I have this unit in. I have 9 drones. I need to do 3 more, so that's 6. No, 5. Check this out. I have 5 of these in 5 drones, and I have 1 drone with the Polar Pro. But $165 for this. They're asking $229.
You know why I'm laughing?
What?
I'm laughing because DJI gonna make you kill yourself. Because now, here's what it comes down to. I like this bird better than I like that one. So I'm gonna take this out of that bird and put it in that one.
I've done it already. I've done it already. I've done it like 2-3 times already. Seriously. My drones are in the corner shaking because they don't know which one I'm gonna take apart next. They don't. Who's 5'9"? I don't know. 5.X9. I don't know. They're talking in code in the chat. I haven't been watching it.
What happens?
Strap that one to a cat and see where it goes for 3 days. Wow. I don't know where this conversation was going, but
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, yeah. I'll eat as long as they're having a good time. I don't
Strap
care.
what to a cat?
I don't. I don't even want to
Oh,
know.
oh, well, wouldn't the battery die?
Eventually, but this O3 unit here, Herman.
Uh-huh.
Me
Uh-huh.
being an FPV pilot, Charlie
You
Mafia.
don't want to
We
see what
know
the
him.
cat does at night.
He texts me the morning that, the morning that it was supposed to launch. He's like, "So what do you think about it?" And I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Well, I don't know yet because I hadn't seen the
Uh-huh.
video." Which, by the way, why don't we just play the video?
Which video?
Everyone's seen it. DJI's seen it.
Is there
Well,
video?
DJI made it. They should have seen it.
Well, your which
It's
video?
not going to play with sound.
Which video are you talking
Let's
about?
see. Um, with the
Oh, this
DJI
one?
O3 unit.
Why won't it play
Yes.
with sound?
You see it on screen?
Yeah, why wouldn't it play with sound?
It's an incredibly powerful digital video transmission system to take your
You hear
aerial
that?
creativity to new heights. This air unit provides excellent high-definition video transmission from extended distances with low latency. It offers impressive 30 millisecond, 10-kilometer digital video transmission. DJI took a massive leap forward with this, with a 1 by 1.7 inch sensor, 155-degree super wide field of view, flagship O3 Plus video transmission technology, and a ton of other upgrades. This new air unit installs the exact same way as DJI's previous digital FPV system, and with the new air unit, you don't even need to worry about attaching an action camera to your drone anymore. Because directly from the air unit, you can shoot up to 4K 60 and 2.7K 120 frames per second. With two different modes of stabilization, you can find the one that works best for you. Rocksteady stabilizes footage internally, so you can get stabilized footage directly from the camera. Additionally, they open up IMU data so you can get even more stabilized videos in post. The camera is also able to shoot in D-Cinelike, which provides even more creative freedom with color grading and adjusting your footage. It's also compatible with a wide range of DJI products, including the DJI Goggles 2, DJI FPV Goggles V2, and DJI FPV Remote Controller 2.
I've heard that before too.
So for those,
I'll hear it again later on.
I know, but for those of you who shoot automatically, you guys are too much. I'm moving to the next. I'm moving next to you guys.
Where?
Well, I found Lost Girl. She's right here. All I can say is, for the specs they're
You know
offering,
what? Mark got issues, bro.
I know. Listen, where's
I
he
like
originally?
that guy though, but I
Hold
like
on,
Mark.
where is he originally from? The Boogie Down?
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead, the Boogie Down. I don't need to say it anymore.
Yeah, and then Mark's from around the time when we used to burn garbage.
I was trying to see where you were going with that, but
No, I'm just saying, all
Right,
the buildings
New
here in
York
New
used
York
to
used
burn
to have their
garbage,
own
you're right.
incinerators,
you're right.
and we
I
used to burn
remember.
garbage.
Herman, I remember as a little boy. Going to the incinerator, and my
I
mom.
see
I
the
said,
flames coming up.
"I'm saying, we lived on the second floor.
You see the flames coming up.
See the flames. The chute was glowing, and you would be want to throw anything down there just to see it go." Yeah, you're right.
But that was the problem. People would
Gave me a
throw
blast
plastic in there, everything.
It was okay till they started throwing aerosol cans in there.
Yeah, and then boom.
Yeah, I know. And they say we were crazy back then.
And they say these kids today are crazy.
Well, I think most kids today have emotional issues.
No, kids today got warnings. We figured out the hard way the aerosol can explode.
Right, that's true. But right, the perfect movie. What's that winter movie where they tell the kid, "Don't lick the pole, your tongue will stick to it"?
Oh, A Christmas Story.
Okay,
You know that's bullshit, right?
We learned. I know that. But
If
we
you
learned
breathe
that.
hard enough, it'll release because of the heat.
Right, but if you put enough saliva on it.
Yeah, that too.
But we learned the hard way. Those guys from the Bronx, I can't deal with them. Stop it, Stevie.
Stevie's from the Bronx.
He's from the Bronx too. I know.
He done
I'm,
got
I'm,
he done got all on
I'm sorry.
he's
I'm
up
sorry.
he's
Stevie pulled a
up
George.
north.
Hold on. Stevie pulled a George Jefferson. We
He
moving
moved
on
on up, right?
up. Now he looks out over his terrace. There's the Bronx. I remember I used to live down there amongst the common folk.
I used to live down there.
Uh-huh. Hmm. You see that
Yeah.
building on fire? 2 blocks from there to the right. What's up, Stevie? Hope all
What's
is well,
good,
man.
man?
Happy Thanksgiving to you, bro.
Happy
We're just
Thanksgiving,
messing.
Stevie.
Yes, early happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. But anyway,
Nothing
getting
but
back
love,
to what we're
Stevie. We gotta
talking
get
about.
together, Stevie. Matter of fact,
If
we
you
need to have Stevie on the show one day.
Yeah, we do. Government is bitching about China made drone in the US because of spying. Yeah, I know. They have nothing else to talk
Who?
about. Spent too many years breakdancing without the proper safety equipment. You mean linoleum as opposed to cardboard?
Not elbow pads, elbow pads and knee pads, safety equipment. Maybe even the bike helmet for head spin.
That's funny. That's
That's break dancing in the 2000s.
Mm. Stop.
He got elbow pads,
I know. I saw it. I saw
wrist
that.
braces.
Saw that over in Asia somewhere. They're like, this guy can spin so fast. Of course he can. He's got a freaking pad on his palm. The fuck?
Oh man, remember that?
Huh? Yeah, I
I'm
do.
like, yo, that's crazy. Hey, they revolutionized it. Listen,
Blood
if
fire.
Jesse Owens knew they were going to use cork in the tracks, he'd have been like, I'll wait.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for real. If you think I'm fast now, wait till you see me on this cork. Right? But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's how everything is.
I do plan on investing in I am going to invest in a O3 unit from DJI.
Well, let's
Right
pull the trigger
now,
tonight. Reserve one.
no.
All you
We're
gotta
not,
do is
not
go to
jumping on
DJI.
that reserve bandwagon.
No,
DJI laughs all the way to the
no, just go to DJI, right? To their online store and just leave your email. They'll tell you when they're available. You can they'll send you an email, let you know they're available.
That's true. Hey, Paulie, what's good, man?
That's how they do it. Hey, Paul.
Okay. But anyway, getting that O3 unit, I will want to put it in something that, how would I say, is a little durable.
Uh-oh. Why?
Well, why?
Yeah,
I'm not going to put it in something that's going to break an arm or something. I want to put it in
they
something.
do.
I want to put it in something that can handle an 80 mile per hour
They
crash,
do.
70 mile per hour crash,
They
50
do.
mile per hour crash.
They do it all the
They
time.
do because they have disposable income.
They put it in drones that'll crack up as soon as you touch it too hard.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But early happy Thanksgiving to you all. We appreciate each and every one
No,
who comes through.
I get what you're saying though, but you got to put it in a drone that actually flies well as well, because you're talking about
But there's still tuning that needs to be done with that drone, Herman.
as far
People,
as flight control, right? But I
right,
get what you're saying.
right. Your touch, like
I
if you have
get
an
what you- I
arthritic
get what
thumb.
you're saying. I get what you're saying, but if you already have that, say might want to put this on a drone that you would use to capture this kind of, you with 4K 60.
Mm-hmm.
Not only can you slow it down, you slow down your footage. You might be able to just not only use this for just shooting an FPV video, but for shooting. This is some guys about vision when it comes to using these drones. Everybody said the Skydio is a one-trick pony for you because you can't see past it.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, in trying to do film and stuff like that, you ever look at certain things what directors do when like shooting certain shots with people walking away, walking towards you, even like That's how the dolly zoom was developed.
I'm learning that
and
now.
trying to
Herman.
get different ideas on how to shoot different things. You know, like the Green Mile, right? Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a big dude, right? But he's nowhere near that tall. How do they do
Right.
that? How do they do that?
It's camera angle. It's all camera angle.
They shoot him with the camera down low. You understand? And when he's talking to someone, they shoot with the camera up high, looking at that person.
Right, looking down at an angle.
Right.
Yeah,
It's little camera tricks and things are just done. And with stuff like, with this and being able to get shots with these FPV drones that you can't do with your normal camera drones per se, as you'd say. And then now being able to slow down the footage.
Yeah.
Come on. And now you're getting this not only in like, at one point, to be able to do this in FPV, you'd have to use expensive cameras, a bigger drone to be able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the form factor because people complain that the Hero 10, the Hero 11, and I don't know about the Hero 11, that's wrong. But the Hero 10 was heavier than the 8 and the 9. Mm-hmm. All of these are factors that dictate how long you're in the air. And if you can take off a GoPros add as much weight to an FPV drone as a battery. Stevie in the chat will tell you, Stevie Bronx, how much does your drone feel like with the battery in it? And then you put the GoPro on top of it. It feels like you're flying with 2 batteries. Mm-hmm. Hey, Paulie, I need to get out there to Pilgrim. I did build a freestyle. I did build a freestyle drone.
You guys mapping the facility?
Mapping?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean on Pilgrim?
Yeah.
I know a lot of square footage of that place. Seriously, Paulie and those dudes.
Guys, fly there so much. I want to be mapping the place.
Listen, every time I go there, I can create a different video, a different one shot. But now I want to go there to freestyle. I have a bird dedicated for learning freestyle and doing freestyle, which means I'm going to break it.
Stevie, he's going to lose his drone at Pilgrim.
There's no place to lose it.
Okay.
All the trees have no leaves.
Okay.
I got 250 feet of paracord. They call that a tree breaker.
Right. Somebody's
I've seen people tie paracord to their bumper and pull down a branch to get their drone.
I know I'm wrong, but somebody's going to take it for a lollipop and you're going to lose it.
See, Paul says they do spend enough time there. But I need to get back to Pilgrim. Paul, are you going to get one of these O3 units? Since the only issue with the O3 units is binding, which isn't really an issue. If you have to bind from one tech to another tech, the press of 2 buttons, I don't care about that. I definitely want to invest in. Huh? What'd you say? No, I was wondering what you were saying.
No, you didn't hear what I said before.
Oh, John Olson says, let him know he'd love to stop by. No, I didn't hear. What did you say?
Someone's going to take it for a lollipop and you're going to lose
it. Well, you know what? I've been lucky in the world of FPV. I've broken a lot less drones because I cruise. And every time that I have broken a drone, it was trying to do freestyle. I will admit that. In fact, the drone that I broke, I'm going to check that link out in a second, Jody. The last time I broke a drone was at the South Florida drone meetup. And that same drone that I broke then, I've rebuilt for freestyle now. So, senators alarmed over potential Chinese drone spy threat. Oh, here we go.
What happened?
Hold on. Jody posted a link. So
don't worry about that.
I'm not worried about it. I just want you guys to see this because get used to it. You're going to see a lot more of it with the elections coming up.
Right. Thank you, Lawrence. I'm glad you said that.
Thank you.
I'm glad you said that. You're going to hear more of that rah stuff when around election time. It's nonsense.
Because Jody, if you know, hi Jody. Jody, if you know, like we do, we experienced pilots,
Mhm.
Capture Life Connection can relate, Paul can relate. There's a lot of people that watch our live stream that has been flying for more than 2 years.
Mhm.
Okay, I would tend to believe that we get a lot of the pilots that have been flying from back in the
Mhm.
Phantom days and the Mavic 2 Pro days when they were new.
Mhm. Mhm.
All I can say is I ain't no worry about that shit, Holmes.
Right. I mean, if you listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. When you talk about spying, what's kind of spying are we talking about? Like whatever the camera captures. Okay, let's go at that. The drone is geofenced, so I can't fly it into sensitive areas. So if you need the footage that I flew the drone down in the Bahamas, on the beach, and when I was at Jamaica and in Puerto Rico and
But
every other
but
country
can,
out there that you have no friggin' interest in, have at it.
but can you just
Have at
repeat?
all of the footage that you want.
Can you just repeat what you said
Cash
at the very?
all of it.
But Herman, can you just repeat what you said at the very beginning of that?
Oh, the drone that I have that is geofenced that cannot fly into the sensitive areas in the United States of America.
Right. Now,
So when we
no,
look at that, when we talk about spying, if the drone wants to, if they want to spy with the camera that's on my drone and collect footage and keep it and store it of while I was on vacation and while I was flying down by the park or
Mhm.
while I was flying out by the Hudson River, then or the East River, or or out by the creek over in Coney Island, then knock yourself out.
Well, I want to make a point, and there's a reason I wanted you to repeat that because in the statement that I'm going to make, I don't have to play the
Mhm.
disclaimer or anything, and I don't want to get into politics, and we will not get into politics. But what I want to point out, Jody did post this, and this
Uh-huh.
is in the news. I'm going to show it one more time,
Mhm.
and then I will elaborate on why I'm showing this.
Sure.
Senator alarmed over potential Chinese drone spy threat. I'm going to
Right,
get
right,
it
right,
off the
right,
screen. It's not coming back up on the screen anymore.
right, right, right,
This
right,
is part of the political ploy for those people. Now, this is, I'm talking to every person here who flies a drone, knows anything about a fucking drone. That's applying to the people that don't know these drones cannot fly in restricted airspace. That's for people who don't know. They're spy versus
Oh, they
spy.
can fly in
These
restricted airspace. It's just that they're geo-fenced out of sensitive
But the
areas.
point I'm making is they're trying to fearmonger the people who know nothing about drones to join their side and say, look, this is what the other party is doing when it comes to drones.
Mm,
They're allowing Chinese companies into the United States spying on us. So those people
uh,
those same people that were promised a brand new mouth of teeth, okay,
no,
are
I
going to
think
be
it's
promised these drones won't be flying over your neighborhood either.
no. I don't think
That's
it's
all
more.
I'm
I don't
saying.
think it's that. I think it's. I don't think it's that. I think it's more so. Without getting too political,
Right. See, that's what, yeah, that's what it was kind of hard to do.
in a two-party system, you have to divide the country to be able to win the election.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to spin something that makes sense. And the thing is that that whole made in America thing actually still means something to some people. Whereas that we haven't had much made in America in a long damn time. So when you start that, you
Mm-hmm.
can get a certain group of people to go along with whatever it is that you have to say. Now, I'm going to leave it at that. But
Okay.
that's
Understandable.
basically where
I
that
get your point. I
where
get your
that
point.
quote comes from. Because like I had said this on an earlier live stream, if it's about the fact that you just want to destroy somebody else's business until you catch up,
Or joy.
then no, until you catch up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I told you the same thing about glasses and the whole the whole sunglasses thing and the whole industry. That's another one of those type of. That's what happened to Oakley's and Ray-Ban. You know, if you don't want to do what I want you to do, then I'll make it hard for you till you
Yeah.
let me in
Yeah.
because I control.
Mhm.
But anyway, let's move on.
Right. We digress.
Right. We last week we talked about the mapping stuff and stuff like new maps are coming out, and so you did the update. Well,
New firmware for
there's a
all.
new firmware for the Phantom 4 RTK. Now,
Yes.
with this new update, they have a new mapping service, like what Lawrence was talking about. We mentioned
Yes.
this last week
And the Go
that this
4
is
app.
going to be coming. They're getting the new mapping service on the app, so these apps have to be updated. With that, believe it or not, I thought this had this, but excuse me. So like I said, DJI asked everyone to make sure they were up to date on their flight apps, and the remote controls.
Yes.
Now, with this new mapping service overhaul, I actually did not know this about the RTK, but the RTK is with this new upgraded mapping service, they're getting what is it? I think it was a smart return home. I thought it was getting this with this. I could be mistaken. Yeah, no. They are adding smart return to home with this update.
Yes.
And that's interesting. Not only are they overall overhauling the whole map on it, but they're also adding smart return to home. So based on your flight pattern, it'll find the quicker route back to home based on your flight pattern.
Yes. Now,
And the
what
home.
I like what I like about the smart return to home is it was a feature that the Phantom 4 had
Well,
at
that's why I
one
thought it was
point.
in this already in the Phantom 4
Right.
Pro. Yeah,
And but those of you who never flew a Phantom 4 or
it
Phantom 3,
actually works better in the Mavic 3.
there was a button that you pressed, and within 5 to 7 seconds, your drone stopped what it was doing and said, I got to get back home. And now with this smart return to home, before it used to raise to a certain height and say, oh, I have to find my way home. And if it ran into an obstacle, it would go around the obstacle. Phantom 4 Pro was doing all that shit way before you guys experienced this with the Maverick. But the point I'm getting to real quick so we can stay on story is this smart return to home is, okay, I go up to a certain height, but now I can see my environment better. I can plot a course home better. If I see a big obstruction in front of me coming up 300 meters away, or what is it, 300 meters or 30? I don't remember the
Yeah,
exact
something to
number.
that
It's
effect.
300 meters away.
Mhm.
I can say, well, okay, this side of the building's shorter. Maybe I want to plot a plan that way. The drone's going to do all of that.
Mhm.
It's time. Yes, Stevie, you're right. DJI with this multispectral drone will have 5 M3s out there. 5 different M3s. We'll get
But
into
check
that a
this
little
out.
later. We'll get into that a little later.
But check this out, Lawrence. Here's the thing. This smart return to home. I experienced it one day when we were out flying over by
I
Division.
remember you, Ray, and Matt.
When the drone went up over the building, when I went behind the building by the bridge, and the drone went over the building, and it
I wish I had that video queued up.
actually not that day. When we were by Division, by where they feed your geese that
Yeah.
your Thanksgiving geese.
Yeah, I know the area.
Yeah, over there, right over there. And the cranes were up, and I thought it was going to run into the crane, and it actually moved out of the way of the crane. Came right back to the home point.
I believe it. I believe it. And
But
but see, now the
Mhm.
obstacle, the same obstacle avoidance that the Phantom had has been upgraded. It could see
Right.
good then.
No, but what I'm saying to you, the Mavic 3 has this also. The Mavic 3 has it also. And the problem with it, when everybody was complaining, was that the fact that it won't go all the way up, that it wasn't
Right.
going
It
all
doesn't
the way
have
up.
to anymore.
Right, it doesn't have to anymore.
Yeah.
It can see if there's lower area where they can fly back to the home point.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, the aircraft firmware on that is a V02.02.0611.
Yes.
And for your controller, right,
Mm-hmm.
you have V02.02.0612. And for the SDK remote control, you should be up to V02.02.0611, which is the same as
As the firmware release for the drone itself.
correct. So I don't understand that one there, but
Well, I am going to say,
as far as the DJI GS SDK app,
mhm.
it should be on V2.2.5 GSP. So
Well, I mentioned earlier,
yourselves out on that one.
I mentioned earlier, I did try to update my Air 2S because they
Mhm.
said update all of your drones firmware
And
before the
controllers.
25th. Now, for my Air 2S, what I personally experienced was I did not, I just refreshed the version. Whether they added something to it, I don't know. But it went really fast. But I did update the Go
What if
4
you
app
use a
for my
smart
Mavic
controller?
Pro. Huh?
What if you use a smart controller?
I didn't think about that yet. I didn't try that yet. But as far as the Go 4 app, I can tell you, I flying my Mavic 3, it took maybe
Because I have the smart
45
controller.
seconds, 45 seconds
That
to a
one.
minute. Yeah.
The smart controller works on that one.
Oh, but you haven't done the update yet,
No,
have
that's what
you?
I'm saying. I was going to
Oh,
do it on the smart controller.
I'd like to know how it works because from what I saw in the Go 4 app update, and for those of you who own Phantom 4s, you should update before the 25th. It's the 23rd now. You've got 2 days to do it. The map system on my Mavic Pro, which I flew today, I specifically flew today to see how the update was. I missed the freaking Go 4 app. I really do, but I'm a Go Fly app person now. I put my head down in shame. But I can tell you, the mapping system, it not only does like our Fly app when a plane is in the area, it pulls up the map. It shows the plane on the map in the lower left-hand corner, the same way we're experiencing with the Fly app. But where it took me 45 seconds to a minute for the app to open and load and all of that, the app loads in maybe like about 7 to 10 seconds.
Word.
Yeah. So
Okay.
because where I was flying today, I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to sit here and wait a minute for it to come up. And I tested it in the house last night. It came up in seconds. But I was like, that was in ADDI mode. Okay, my Mavic Pro was in ADDI mode.
Did you take off?
Yeah, started motors and everything. I was like, okay, cool. So when I went out today, I started motors up. The app did tell me you were about to take off in Class B airspace, restricted airspace, but there is a 100-foot ceiling.
Okay.
And I was like, all right.
You were able to take off though.
It was able to take off, fine. Yeah, with no problem.
No
But I did
problem,
update
right?
the app. Huh?
But no problem, right?
Yeah, I updated the app. The app starts 1,000 times faster now, the Go 4 app.
Okay.
At least on the Mavic Pro. I haven't tried it on my Phantom 4 Pro. I would have to update the DJI Assistant to make sure that the drone is up to date and everything like that. But I'm interested to see how it comes out, how it turns out. So if you haven't updated your controller, at least refresh it. Do it. The 25th is coming, and I don't think if you are updated, your system will act right, because on the 25th, like this story that we just did, the Phantom 4 GS RTK unit.
Uh-huh.
The updates are out. It's ready to run. Here
I
we
mean,
have a
I think you
drone
can still
from.
do it,
Here we
but
have
I
a
don't.
drone. What happened?
I think you can still do it, but I don't think it might give problems. You're right.
I'm thinking so. They're changing their mapping system. Their mapping system has a lot more logistics than it did 6 years ago when the Phantom came out. That's all I'm saying. And
Yeah,
I know
true.
a lot of guys out there that still use. Anyone familiar with Xeno Pro batteries? Unfortunately, God bless America.
What happened
uh, I am not.
with who batteries?
Familiar with Xeno Pro batteries.
What are they
Hey,
for?
Johnny Drone Flyer, what's the good, man? Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, man. Hope all is well down in New
Johnny,
Orleans.
happy Thanksgiving, man.
Yes.
What are these batteries for now?
The Xeno Pro batteries.
We don't
God
do
bless
that over
America
here.
was asking, was anyone familiar with them? I was saying, unfortunately, I am not. But even if you don't see any
You know,
difference
you know what?
in updating your firmware, do it before the 25th.
No, who asked this? Because
God bless America.
there's a couple of guys in the chat right now that have them.
That's a possibility. The way Johnny Drone Flyer, he still has his. Does he
Yeah,
have his?
Johnny might have one, right?
Yeah, Johnny Drone Flyer. God bless America. Asks, is anyone familiar with the Xeno Pro batteries? You know who? I know who you could ask about that. I know who you could ask about that.
Who?
Quadcopters. What? Not. What is his name? Marcus.
Marcus.
Yes, Marcus is familiar. What is his channel?
Or even Ron Brown.
Yes, Ron Brown, Marcus, Idaho Quadcopters. I'm sorry, I'm
Mm-hmm.
drinking.
Idaho Copters and Tech. Yeah,
Yes, Idaho Quad. No, Johnny Drone Flyer is not. Charlie, you can
Okay.
live a long time, man. I was talking about how you was like a spokesman for DJI. Charlie was like, "Yo,
Who?
4K at 60 would stay drone psych." I was mentioning
Oh,
earlier
okay.
how the launch morning he was like, "Yo, are you gonna order one?" like he was twiddling his thumbs and stuff like that.
Did you get one? Huh.
Hubsan Xeno Pro drone comes with 300 milliamp batteries, and I ordered the 4200 milliamp batteries. Will the original charger work with them?
That's a good question.
Yes, I agree with you, Paul. Marcus Crawford, Idaho Quadcopters, and Ron Brown for the answers on those.
Yeah,
You
that's
could
what I said.
hit them. They've done videos on them. I could not tell you hypothetically. Hypothetically, I know nothing about Hubsan Xeno batteries, so I can't tell you switching from 300 to 4200 mAh batteries what the dip. I honestly could not answer, and I don't want to give you misinformation. Thank you, Johnny Drone Flyer, because he said I know nothing about it.
Oh,
But getting back to you, Charlie Mafia, I had mentioned earlier how you was like, well, the only problem is if you're flying on O2 tech, you'll have to rebind with the O3. And
hey, it's
I'm
just fine.
sold, Charlie. You sold me that morning. I'm not going to pre-order one, but I will do like Herman said and contact DJI and let them know I'm
Oh,
interested.
that's all you got to do is just put your email in on the thing,
Mhm.
and
And
they'll let you know when they're available.
when they start shipping, I'm got an excuse to build a new drone. That's all I care about. Drone psych. Look at every time. Yeah, the drone psych. He goes away on vacation or goes away on sabbatical or whatever. Comes back a week later. I'm building a new
Look at
drone.
you.
I'm building a new drone. So
Blame
I asked
it
because
on
the
him,
charger.
right?
Hold on a second. God bless America says I asked because the charger lights stay on steady with 300, but the charger flashes with the 4200.
You asked because you have an issue.
Yes, those are the two people to definitely ask. Marcus Crawford, Idaho Quadcopters, or Ron Brown. Go to the
Definitely.
YouTube. Briscott, happy Thanksgiving to you and your
But
family, brother.
I was almost positive someone in here did, but I know those two gentlemen do.
Hey, aloha from Hawaii. Aloha over in Hawaii. What's
What's
up,
up,
Sky
man?
Control? Charlie says, I'm a good salesman. I sold Paul my used socks. Charlie, I wasn't
Leave
even
that one
thinking about,
alone.
but hold on, Herman. The day that they were launching it, I wasn't even thinking about the O3. Charlie
No,
hit up early in the morning, like 6 in the morning. Yo, like a drug dealer. Yo,
yo, you
them
coming with
them
me?
O3s are coming out, son. And he started going, and I'm like, I wasn't thinking about him, but by the time he got done, I was like, you know what?
I'm gonna get one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was 4K at 60 with stabilization, and I
No,
don't
you
have to put a
guys need help,
GoPro. I
man.
don't have to use a GoPro no more.
You
DJI,
guys,
thank you.
you guys need help.
DJI has got me hooked on the FPV because the O3 works with my O2 goggles. That's all I fucking care about.
Wow, really?
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. The scotch is starting to come out. I'm being honest. Which,
Mm-mm.
FYI, we need to pay homage to our sponsors.
Again?
Oh no! Hold on, hold on.
Don't
Charlie says it was 4:30 a.m. and you should get it. Let's talk later. I should say I saw it at 6 when I
wait a
got.
second. I gotta
Wow.
go drop off turkeys when the show is over. And I can't.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, bro.
I got practice tomorrow.
I know you got Yeah, I know you got to drop off turkey. Thanks, guys. I'll definitely
I
look
gotta go
into
drop
the
off
battery
turkeys.
man. The
I gotta go
battery
to
manufacturer doesn't offer a different charger, so I'm guessing it's the overcharge protector. That's a possibility, but find out from them because um, there are a lot of fires and shit happening here in New York with
Mhm.
bullshit batteries or
Yeah.
third party batteries. So to protect you and your family,
Well, you know
ask
what?
some guys that know about it.
That's a
What's that?
battery issue. I think that's
Yeah.
more of a battery issue than the chargers because
Well, DJI drones tell you, yo, that battery ain't real. Get that shit out of my bird.
at least
Right?
they used to.
They used to. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they used to.
I don't know what they do now. I don't well, there was a lot more videos back then. I don't know what they're doing now as far as the drones are concerned. But years ago, like with the with whoa,
Hey, I
the
got a video to show real
the
quick.
Mavic 3 series and those things, those batteries used to give problems. I haven't been to the factory in a
Yeah,
minute.
I see. I see. I'm gonna have to visit myself. But I got a video to show, guys.
My God.
DJI is teaming up with Mercedes E-Team.
Really?
Mercedes, EQ
Is
Formula.
that our name?
Okay. DJI is teamed up with Mercedes EQ Formula E team. Herman sent me this video. I was impressed because does this
Did
mean
he?
DJI FPV bird could have a paint scheme similar to an E car? You need to
Well,
contact Mercedes and DJI for that information, but
actually, I think that was
can you
more
see
so
this on
like
screen?
that was more so for advertisement
I know, of the FPV.
of the FPV drone.
I
Where'd you go, Lawrence? Uh-oh.
I seem to have lost you guys. Hold on,
You
don't
didn't
send.
you didn't lose
I'm
us. You
back.
disappeared.
I'm back. All right, hold on. Just need to stop it. For some reason, it's acting finicky.
Hmm.
Zoom, get your shit together because I'm about to go to StreamYard soon. All right, let's try this again. Um,
Uh-huh.
let's try it without sound because I noticed with sound it wants to F up. Okay, can you see black screen now?
Yes.
Okay, this is DJI's merge or advertisement for their drone with the Mercedes EQ Formula E team.
Yeah.
The drone, if you notice, had the same paint scheme as this E car they're about to show you. I like the video. I would have rather been able to play it with sound.
It basically was just an advertisement that I had sent you.
Yeah. To show they're using the
The
FPV birds to chase the E-cars.
it's not a new I just thought that was interesting how DJ had did that, but I sent it to
I
you so you
thought
can
so
see.
too.
Yeah.
And I like the
Cool.
fact that the drone has the same paint scheme as the car. But if you want to see it in its entirety, here's
Just
here's
go
the
to
link.
DJI.
Check it out. See it. Jim's droning. What's good, man? How are you? Hope all is well. '03, baby. How's the time to graduate to a 5-inch quad? The new iFlight Nazgul modules come with '03. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
see drone psychs in the chat hustling again. I'm
What
convinced. I'm convinced he's on DJI's payroll.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I wasn't thinking about a freaking '03 unit, and already I'm thinking about what bird to put it in. And then it dawned on
How
me.
many you gonna get?
Oh no, right. But hold on, even more so, it dawned on me. I have 9 drones now, right?
Mm-hmm.
5 of them
How
have
many of
X. Hold
he
on.
gonna get?
Right. Hold on. Let me finish.
Mm-hmm.
9 FPV drones. 5 of them have the CADX O2 units. So
Okay.
why take one of the other 4 and take it apart? Why don't I get an O3 unit and get a new frame and build something for it?
Well, check this out, Lawrence. Moving
Yeah.
away from the FPV game, the European market is very big in the drone game, and
Mm-hmm.
they are. I mean, and I understand it. They have a need for the sub 250 market.
Yes.
Well, it seems like another DJI drone has hit the FCC database. And this one they claim has the Mini 3, not Pro,
Nope.
just regular Mini 3.
It's funny because we did an article with this picture right here, Herman. You
Right.
remember?
Mm-hmm. When
Remember this?
we mentioned that, the story. We talked about that.
Go ahead, keep going.
But now it seems like the sub 250 drone giant DJI, right after launching this more affordable Mavic 3 Classic, they seem to be coming out with a slightly more affordable Mini 3.
Mini 3 Classic.
The only thing that I thought was interesting about this is they talked about the battery power and it being 38 volts, but it didn't talk about its capacity. We don't know what flight time. We don't know what's going on. We don't know, but we can speculate. We know it's not going to be a Pro. We do know that.
Yes. Yes. This is it right here.
Will the batteries
or sensors?
Will the batteries? Will they still? Or will they give you with this one here? The same 35-minute flight time as you
34 minute, yeah, 34 minute, yes.
minutes, yeah, with the basic batteries that came with the Mini 3 Pro. Are those the batteries we're going with? The same old Mini 3 batteries. This is interesting, but I'm quite sure that if they did do those batteries, if you got your hands on the higher capacities, they would work. Knowing DJI, you're going to get a totally different battery altogether. What you think, Lawrence?
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking the same thing for the simple reason they cut back on tech. Why not give you a battery with a slightly less power usage? Like the battery right now on the M3 is 34 minutes. Give something that's about 30 minutes, a half hour. Take 4 minutes away. You can lower the price, cheaper battery, cheaper parts.
Well, what I'm looking at is this. I can see all the internals of the battery being the same.
Yeah.
The fact that you have two batteries for the Mini 3 Pro, it's two different batteries you can get.
Yeah,
for
I
it.
know. Extended and
So I
yeah,
can see
and the
them just
standard.
giving you this basic battery in a new
Yep, with the
package,
basic, with
in a
the
new
basic.
packaging, so that way you can't get the batteries from the extended batteries from the Pro and throw in there.
Uh-huh. That would make a lot of sense.
I can see that happening.
That would make a lot of sense. O3 air unit, better battery coming. Jim's droning, I could bet so too. He says the O3 unit, now that you've got a better camera, right now the battery
That's
that
still
you
on that
have,
O3 unit, huh?
they're loving it.
They're loving that O3 unit, huh? But no, I'm just saying, as far as that Mini 3 showing up on the FCC database. Hey,
Uh, can I just bring up one thing about the Air 3? Charlie just mentioned him and Stevie are having a conversation, and Charlie, the salesman that he is, but Stevie, once you fly a tuned 5-inch, you won't fly your DJI FPV again. And Stevie commented back, that comment scares me, Charlie. And you want to know what? That will force DJI to build a carbon fiber drone, because people will be putting this O3 unit in their 5-inch drones. And DJI has to come back with something and say,
Why?
oh, don't buy that over there. Buy this. So do I see another DJI FPV bird in the future? Yeah.
See
Yeah.
what you confusing DJI with
Yeah.
when it comes to FPV? You're actually trying to get DJI to care about the flying experience.
True.
That's what you're missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
you're
it
right.
comes to every single drone that DJI has, it's not, they fly well, yes, because DJI is about the shooting experience. What can you capture
with this drone?
It's not
as
about the
opposed to
flying
flying.
experience. Forget about your
Yeah.
flying experience.
I didn't think about that.
They could care less about that. I mean,
I
the
didn't think
drones
about
fly
that.
well because you need to be able to capture that shot. But it's about getting the image with DJI.
True.
Oh, nothing else.
True.
If you look
And
at the
with
products
that-
that they come out with, the products that if you took all of the stuff that DJI comes out with, you could film a movie.
Yes, you could. And Herman, with that, we have a marker. We have to get on to the next story because
We do. And
we have to.
got that right here. We all love our drones. We love our consumer drones. We even love some of the
Number 5.
we even love some of the the enterprise drones. Well, DJI had overnight last night a release. I guess I would call it this morning. In the agricultural sector, they've launched this morning another addition to the Mavic 3 with the Mavic 3 multispectral.
Yep. That's number 5. Now keep in mind, 5 drones.
5 Mavic 3s now. Now we know the multispectral from the Mavic but from the Phantom series with the Phantom 4. We talked about it earlier with the multispectral. But now we have the DJI Mavic 3M.
Right here.
Combines, well, check this out, Lawrence. This thing combines an RGB, right?
Yeah.
20 megapixel, 4/3 CMOS sensor with CMOS sensor, mechanical shutter, right?
Wow. You're making me sweat, man. I'm getting excited here.
With 4
I'm getting excited, man.
Multispectral cameras. This thing you can't catch this thing in the dark. No, but
Herman. Herman.
Yeah.
I'm getting heat flashes here.
I'm listening.
I'm getting heat flashes here, man. This is the fifth drone, and
Well,
I think this
the-
is the sexiest one that's come out.
Well, the RTK on this thing has centimeter level precisioning. Yeah. Believe it or not, he's playing the drums again.
M Drone says,
With-
"I'm about
with-
the shots."
with-
M Drone,
with
this may be
microsecond timing. What are you saying?
no. Go ahead, keep going.
Synchronization, microsecond timing synchronization on this thing. Believe it or not, this thing, the RTK is precise, centimeter level precisioning.
Yes.
Now this users can also get detailed information like your field boundaries, your size, and the elevation on the terrain.
Yes.
So like I was
Yes.
and I'm mentioning what I just mentioned to you, this drone is actually your one-stop all for your for agricultural use. It's for
Good night, Mark.
good night, for land surveying. You know, you can analyze terrain, and you can also calculate how much you need for spraying and fertilizing distribution with this drone, because it's able to calculate and determine difference in crops within the same field space. Let's talk about some of the things here. Like I mentioned, you're talking about crop health and conditions. It can monitor all of that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It can monitor the difference in the growth elevation and growth height in different crops along your fields. Basically this makes it, it makes it so is that actually one person can manage an entire farm by themselves
With this drone, yes.
This thing can upload images in to what they call it, smart farm the smart farm platform
Yes.
in real time. It's a real time 4G platform.
Well, what I like is the
It's
fact
smart.
that this thing is so freaking accurate with these multispectral cameras that they're
You can
not
even
only does
count
it meant
trees with it.
yeah, count trees and everything else. 43-minute flight time like everything else, but this multispectral camera can be done for a lot more than just counting crops. They suggest use it for that, but you can use it for a lot more than just counting crops.
This thing can manage an entire farm with one person.
Yes. You have a pile of grain in an area, you measure the height of the grain, you measure the radius of the grain, and it will tell you roughly within a certain amount of, give or take a certain amount of numbers, the amount that you have there.
Well, with the smart farm platform,
70 hectares of land, Herman.
What happened?
70 hectares of land is a lot of land.
Yes. But what I'm saying to you is that with smart farm, you're able now to monitor all your fields. You'll be able to calculate how much seeding and how much water, how much fertilizer, how much is actually needed per field, and there's no waste. There's no waste involved.
Yeah, definitely. Charlie goes, but can it milk a cow? Not yet.
It might not
But
have to,
but not yet. But it'll probably lead the cow to the hay.
Because while it's giving you all that other information, somebody else could be milking the cow.
This is true.
Sending them out there to go and check
this is
do
true.
stuff by hand.
Your lazy son that doesn't want to go to college, make him get up and go milk the cow.
Well, if you're not going to college, you boy, you better get out there, get out of here.
Get out there, milk the cow, feed the chickens, shovel the poop, and everything else.
You know what,
Herman?
It's
that time. Yes.
Yeah. It's that time, folks, and we're about to get out of here. I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Lawrence, is there anything you want to say?
Happy Thanksgiving to you all. And enjoy. For those of you
Yes.
who are not celebrating, Hal 9000. Happy
Hal.
Thanksgiving to everyone out there. We appreciate you all. Thank you again.
Yes, like I said before, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving from from those guys to all of you, and from the guys in the back. They wish you a happy Thanksgiving as well. The sponsors,
Yes.
yeah, they're in the back. They wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Well, we'll be back again on Wednesday with some new and interesting things, and to tell you a recap on the Thanksgiving and how it went. But like I said, we appreciate you all. Thank you all for stopping in and hanging out with us. And I hope you all have a happy and wonderful Thanksgiving with you and your families. And don't eat too much. Fly safe. And what is that, Lawrence? Be safe and fly safer.
There you go. There you go.
There we go. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And with that,
Thanks,
Wednesday night
Joey.
with those guys is sponsored by
Those guys.
Good night, everyone.
Salute.
See you later. Good night.